guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build and another installment of the Squish. Today I am building something I'm very excited about that is actually a direct suggestion from one of you guys that I've gotten a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. Plus it kind of fits into another suggestion I've got, which is to build some sort of business with an apartment on top. So we are building a local mechanic shop in the world of Strangerville with an apartment on top for the person who works here to live in. I thought that was a really cool idea and I had so much fun building this. I got kind of carried away with all the items, and I think the the live edit objects cheat helped a lot with all the different car parts, or just the cars, and then Debug has the tires from Strangerville, and I had so much fun getting detailed with this build, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. And we're about to be adding some really cool signage up on the top of this building here shortly, which I found in Debug, which I think is from base game, but it really reminds me of a lot of the stuff that I see towards the shore and such in City Living and in Cats and Dogs, but I'm not really sure where it's from, but I really like it. And then we're trying to figure out the interior space here, how we're gonna break it up. And I originally was thinking of putting a staircase inside, but then I'm like, I don't want you to enter the main entrance of the mechanic's office and be able to just walk up into their apartment. So I got rid of that in the end, and there's only an entrance from the outside, so right there. It's like a fire escape type entrance, which I think worked out very, very well. And then we're just rearranging the cars. I rearranged them a bunch later because I actually draw out parking spots, and I think it came out pretty nice. But anyway, this house comes out to be around 43,000 simoleons. It is 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, because there is a bathroom on the main floor for the mechanic, and then one in the apartment upstairs as well. I did imagine this would only be a single sim living here, so I did not decorate it in a way where you could fit 2 sims, really. I mean, one could sleep on the couch. And there is a double bed, but it's kind of pushed against the wall, so you can move stuff around and make it work for sure. But I did imagine only 1 sim would be living here, but totally able to be renovated. I will hopefully have this up on the gallery when this video goes live. That will also be linked down below, a link to go to the gallery website, but you can also find it on the gallery by searching Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi, and it should pop up as whatever the title of this video is. I'm thinking it's gonna be called Mechanic Tiny Home. It might not, I'm not really sure, because I feel like it is a tiny home, but it's like a tiny apartment on top of a tiny mechanic place. I don't know. It's also bigger than a lot of tiny homes I do, but I still feel like it's pretty scrunched, so not entirely sure what this is going to be named, but we're just adding tons of little details out here. I love using that air conditioner. It's not the one that came regularly with Strangerville. It's the one that's from live edit objects with Strangerville, which I think worked out really well. Also, this is like the area the car would be pulled into to be worked on. And I loved using the new industrial windows that we got with Moschino stuff to kind of look like a garage door in the front. And then I used just the windows in general on the build, and I just thought they looked so pretty and so perfect for this type of build. Also, I feel like if we ever get an update that gives us drivable cars and possibly the ability to have like a fixer-upper and stuff like that, which we had with, I think it was a store content piece for The Sims 3, we had the fixer-upper car, and then like we just had drivable cars from the beginning of the game. But if we ever get that, I feel like this would be a really cool lot to play on. I think that would be so fun to just have like a mechanic sim, or if sims could like their cars get messed up and there's actually a mechanic career. I would love that. I think that'd be so fun. You could make so much money that way, but you also have to be the bearer of bad news. Like my mechanic, within like a month of each other, told me and my boyfriend we both need new cars. So still on the lookout for a new car. I think I know what I'm going to be getting, but I'm not entirely sure, and it's a big commitment because I'm actually planning on buying a new car for the first time in my life. So it's kind of daunting. But hopefully soon. I'm going at it slowly. Hopefully my car doesn't die in the meantime, which it might. But we're adding so much clutter in this room. I loved adding these countertops from base game. They're really pretty, and I thought perfect for the workshop out here. And then I added like this little toy car. I added another one in the bathroom down here, and then just so much clutter. And a little while later, the end counter piece, I'm going to be changing into a island one so that we can put a laptop there. So, you could calculate all the prices and give them some sort of bill once you're done working on their car. And I have the stains on the floor, which I thought looked so good for this. Never thought I'd say stains looked good, but I felt like it made a lot of sense in a room that lots of different vehicles are coming into, so quite liked that. And then this is going to be the waiting room. I have like a ATM over there for you to get some cash out. And here is where I'm putting that laptop. It's a very snug space, but I really wanted it to be like that, and I think it worked out pretty well in the end. And I'm still trying to tuck everything under the steps because I'm not thinking, oh, I don't need these steps. That's just kind of wasting space and making it awkward. You really don't want clients just walking into your living room. Probably not going to go over too well. Be really awkward, so got rid of that in the end. And I also really want to add this clunky fan out here. I did kind of model the waiting room after this like really tiny mechanic office or like waiting room outside of a shop that me and my boyfriend went to a couple of years ago, just a random place. I think he got his emissions done there, and it was just like really outdated, had a big clunky loud fan, and I was kind of thinking of that when I was decorating this room. And I thought it was really cool. We put a pile of books up here, I think some tissues and some business cards, which I also have some in here in the actual workshop. I thought that was a good idea, so you can get returning clients, and yeah, I just thought it was fun. And there's not really a way to make this shop necessarily functional. I did save it as a residential lot. I thought about having it as something else at first, but I figured you'd probably want to live here. But if you want to switch it out and maybe set some things for sale and make it a store, and you just stay above and actually own another plot of land but never go home, that's an option as well. It's totally up to you guys how you would want to play with it, but this is the downstairs bathroom that is for clients or just while you're working on stuff in the shop. It's pretty simple. I think this place it's a little grungy because it's, got lots of cars and oil and stuff going on, but for the most part, I think it's in pretty good shape, and it just kind of uses a lot of the elements that make sense for this building, like the exposed brick and a little bit of dirtier walls and stuff. But I think it's pretty put together, and I really, really like how it came out. But I think this is pretty much it for the bathroom. We're just adding another one of these paintings that came with Strangerville with cars on them. I think those are the only pictures we have in game with cars on them. Could you imagine if, like, all the way back in Strangerville, those pictures were just, like, teases or, like, sneak peeks of cars coming in the future? I feel like that happens all the time. We got really pretty artwork in Seasons that had like the mountains from Strangerville. Coincidence? I have no idea, but maybe Strangerville could be hinting at a Cars update. I really want a Cars update. That would like make me so happy. But anyway, this is the upstairs apartment we're going to be working on now, just adding a door in there, and then the little corner bit is going to be a small bathroom. I also added 2 mailboxes at the top. You only need one, but I was thinking that they would be like one for the business and one for the person, so the mail goes into separate areas, so it's easier to stay organized. And then this is the little kitchen when you first walk in. I have the like sink and fridge and stove against the wall, and then a little island area with 2 bar stools. One of the sides I put a ton of clutter on, so it's probably not very functional, but the other one you can totally chop up stuff and cook off of, which I thought worked out pretty nicely in the end. And just figuring out cabinets, because we don't have matching cabinets for these counters. There's one that looks like it's supposed to go with it, but the swatches don't match and they're kind of ugly, so I didn't know what to do about that. So I tend to usually use, I think, the ones that I just placed down, which are those from, I don't know which pack they're from. I always want to say they're from Cool Kitchen, but those are not the Cool Kitchen ones. Maybe they are. Or did Spot Day have cabinets and countertops? I'm not really sure where these cabinets are from, but I tend to use them a lot when I'm using these counters. There's the word I was looking for. I also got to use these magazines that came with Moschino stuff, both here and in the waiting room downstairs. I thought it was so perfect because obviously we already have a magazine rack, and then we have like the book book and magazine holder from Parenthood, but actually just having a pile of magazines I thought was so nice and realistic. I also have a nice corkboard in the kitchen with a little calendar. And then we're adding the door into the bathroom, and this is going to be where the lounge area is. So we're going to just be adding a small couch, coffee table, and a TV. Very, very simple. Didn't want to go over the top. It is a pretty small space. I just wanted it to be cozy and lived in and still kind of have the vibe of the type of building you are living in here. And the fact that it's, above a mechanic. Granted, if it's the person that runs the place, when you're up here, probably nothing is going on downstairs unless you left something running for some reason when you came upstairs. So it shouldn't be too loud. I think it'd be fine, but I also don't know. I've never owned a mechanic, so. Also, would you call it a mechanic, the place? No, because, saying you own a mechanic is sounding like you own a person who fixes cars, and that's not what I mean. A shop. I guess just a shop. I've never owned a shop, so. Anyway, I used this luggage bedside table over here. I thought it looked pretty cute, and just a simple lamp. And I know we hang some stuff on the wall. Trying to remember what we hang on the wall. I thought about hanging these magazines, but I ended up putting them downstairs in the waiting room instead. I thought that made sense. Maybe they were on the cover of a magazine for best shop in all of Strangerville or something. Oh yeah. I put the poker dogs by the bed. I thought that was so cute. I really, really like that painting, and I just thought it fit the personality I had in mind for the sim that might live in this house. And then we're just going to be adding a clock, and I think we add a plant over there as well, and then I think we just have the bathroom. I did try a different layout here where I have the toilet across from the sink. No, the toilet across from the shower instead of the sink across from the shower. A lot of you guys had suggested I do that so I can use a bigger sink, so I thought I would do that this time, and I think it worked out pretty well. But we're just going to mess around with landscaping here for a little while. I don't feel like I did very well with the landscaping. I wasn't sure how to terrain paint this. There wasn't much visible that wasn't under pavement. And so we're just adding a couple last decorations here before we go into screenshots, like a little soda. And also a little while ago, I added that tool set that came with Get Famous. I thought that was so cool. And then we're going to just be adding a billboard. I added the alien one because it made sense to me for Strangerville. But anyway, we're just adding a last few, like a couple last finishing touches, and then we're going to be heading into screenshots. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. We're just finishing up here, moving this onto this chair, and then we're going to be going into screenshots in a moment after I add some fire alarms and stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.